Man, it's been a rough day, man, to say at least last 48, 24 hours, to say at least, man. Almost at 48 hours. It's almost kind of 48 hours, too, if you ask me. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode of Lucas Eon Productions on YouTube for your episode this week of the NFL 2025 Week 3 Power Rankings for this week. Today is your Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. I almost doesn't know what fucking day it is today. I know, man. It's been kind of a rough day, to say at least. And rough, 24 hours is for me, to say at least. It's like, if we get overwhelmed with the podcast, the YouTube and algorithm stuff, to say at least. Which, by the way, you have an announcement before I get on to your power rankings this week. The reason why I didn't say audio platforms is because I'm probably more likely getting rid of it. I ain't gonna lie, it's not doing great, to say at least, man. But it is what it is. Probably stick to YouTube more likely from now on, to say at least. Enough of that bullshit, shall we please not do that anymore, to say at least. What are y'all doing today? Let me know in the comment section below on this podcast on YouTube or how is your day doing, to say at least as well. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, Lucas Eon. I also deactivated my Twitter account today, or yesterday, to say at least. I reactivated as of right now, to say at least, for your Wednesday, September 17, 2025. It's kind of a rough day. I don't want no bullshit happening else. Just a very rough day, on Twitter, bullshit to get to me whatsoever. So go follow me on my social media, to say at least. The link in my YouTube would be like my YouTube page, to say at least as well. Let's get on into your podcast, your NFL Week 3 2025 Power Rankings for this week. You're on to 3, 2, 1, let's roll. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. I'm doing 16 teams instead of 30 teams. So I'm doing basically half the league, to say at least, for said teams. So we're going to start with 16 all the way up into 1. Now, obviously, no honorable mentions with this. Because all I would do is 17, 18, and 19th one. It just would make a lot of sense to you, honestly. Well, if I was going to do it, probably like the Cowboys and the Seahawks and Texans probably be on it. The Texans have been not that great 0-2 to start the season. But I guess there's your honorable mentions right there, I guess. Let's get right into number 16, shall we? Drum roll, please. Number 16, a team almost blew a lead in their home stadium against the Carolina Panthers. We got the Arizona Cardinals, who are barely 2-0, like I said. Yeah, man. I almost could have came back to bite this rankings. But then again, after this, I know we probably would put the Cowboys here, the Seahawks here, who looked a little bit better than the one quarter that the Cardinals played in. And the Seahawks played the Steelers and put up 31 against a Pittsburgh-led defense. 2 weeks in a row, the Steelers gave up 30 points consecutive, to say at least. Or more, to say at least, like I said. Not great, man. Not great whatsoever. But the Cardinals, they are 2-0, so you gotta give them credit. They at least have an undefeated record 2 weeks in the NFL season, so I gotta give credit to where the Seahawks lost game 1. Same thing with Dallas, to say at least as well. But the Cardinals coming number 16 on my power rankings for this week. Moving on to number 15. Drum roll, please. Number 15 is a team that won one of the most boring Sunday night football games of the whole, but basically almost 20 years century, the fucking Sunday night football NBC. 22-6, and don't get twisted, the Falcons will score 5 field goals the first 3.5 quarters. Until they score a late second touchdown and finally get the first touchdown on the board. This goes to show you how bad the Vikings were exposed by the Falcons. And only the J.J. McCarthy had one good fourth quarter. That's all it was. That's all it was. He's been putrid all other 7 quarters of the game, minus that 1 quarter against the Bears in the fourth quarter. Came back and won the game for them. But our night has not been great whatsoever. I could have might as well kept Sam Darnold and brought in Aaron Rodgers, honestly. Literally, I kid you not. But whatever, man. It's a whole conversation in the other stratosphere for the Vikings, would it be? I know. The Falcons, their defense looks legit, though. I love their pass rush they got in the draft this past season. And James Pearson, Jalen Walker, I think his name is. That Falcons defense looked pretty good on Sunday. Not as good as the Packers defense of like Micah Parsons, but no, not that great. But the Falcons actually, for once, have a very good defense. They'll just score like 1,000,000,001 points. The defense might look better than their offense. Really, so shout out to the Falcons for sure getting a number 15 spot on my list. Or not number top 14. Again, it's number 14 right now, gentlemen, please. Number 14 is the San Francisco 49ers, who obviously beat the New Orleans Saints, led by Mac Jones in New Orleans. Man, the Saints, man, look at them fucking like a really dumb dumpster fire, man. I know they have two like good quarters against like the Saints and Cardinals, two NFC West teams. But still, they didn't like get totally blown out of the building, but still, they still lost in their home stadium against Mac Jones and Kyler Murray. You know, Kyler Murray is freaking very good. Well, he's one of the underrated quarterbacks in the National Football League. He's a number one overall pick, too. But the 49ers have obviously a lot of injuries. They lost Kittle for a number of weeks. They also have Brock Purdy now, as I said, led by Mac Jones. So we ain't find out, man, when Brock Purdy comes back, when George Kittle comes back. The 49ers are fucking cursed with injuries the last couple of years. Especially the quarterback position with Brock Purdy and whether Jimmy Garoppolo or whoever, Mac Jones it could be, you never know. It's a bunch of quarterbacks the last couple of years for the 49ers. But they come in number 14 on my list. Now, number 13, shall we? Another backup quarterback now is leading this team. Drum roll, please, though. Probably already spoiled it. It's not the 49ers. It's the Cincinnati Bengals, to say the least. So now 2-0, believe it or not, though, despite it now being out of Joe Burrow. They somehow beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. But we wish Joe Burrow nothing but the best. He cannot catch a break when it comes to injuries, man. And that sucks. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the probably top 5. Definitely top 5. Maybe even top 3. He might be even top 3. This man cannot catch a break with injuries. He is that fucking good as Joe Burrow. So wish that man nothing but the best. He's out for like 3 months. Could come back late in the season. But I'll be honest. I think the Bengals could still be in a playoff hunt with Jake Brown still at the quarterback position. Do I think he'd be number 13 going forward until Joe Burrow gets back? I don't know. We wait and find out later. It's just a good old-fashioned NFL season. That's good. The NFL season for you now. You never know what can happen. But the Bengals come in number 13. I'm still somehow 2-0 with Jake Brown as their starting quarterback right now. And again, they played the Browns and Jaguars. They'll start this year. I don't know who they play week 3. I don't know. They played the Vikings. It's Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz, man. Because J.J. McCarthy's now out, too. Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. Oh, my fucking God. I might have just gagged in my mouth, man. I don't want to be disgusting, but oh, my God. That's just not good whatsoever, that game. And it was just like Carson Wentz, like 10 or so years ago when he was drafted out of North Dakota State, then maybe be a decent game. But Jake Brown and Carson Wentz. Man, Vikings, this is looking pretty rough for you. Does Justin Jefferson want to ask out? No, I don't want him as a Green Bay Packer. I got Micah Parsons. I don't need Justin Jefferson. I'm just cracking the jokes, man. You know me? I know. But the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Cincinnati Bengals come in 13 in my power rankings for week 3. On number 12, shall we? Gentlemen, please. Number 12 is the Denver Broncos, who lost to the Indianapolis Colts, but wasn't for a last-second penalty. They would have won that game. As Spencer Schrader bricked that, it was like a 60-yard field goal, would have gave the Colts the win, but he missed it. But then he took a 15-yard penalty. I forgot what it was. I think it was like your taunting or some personal foul call. They gave the Spencer Schrader 15 more yards so he can give it more easier for a field goal. And the Colts nailed that, and a game-winning field goal for them. I'll get into it in a minute. The Colts. They're on this list, spoiler alert, too. But the Broncos, besides that last fucking play, they played a really good game. Besides Bo Nix throwing, I think he threw a couple interceptions. That was a week 1 against the Titans, excuse me. Well, you find out the Broncos do, man. They're still a very good football team. They're still contending the AFC West. I think of the Chargers. God knows what the Chiefs will be. They're on this list, too, by the way. They're falling off the face of the earth, kind of. But they're still on this list. But the Broncos are still a team to reckon with in the AFC West. You get 3 of those teams in this top 16 list, to say at least. Then the Chargers and also the Chiefs, like I said. But the Broncos coming number 12 on the list. They're still one of the best defenses on the game. Patrick Surtain, best corners. You also got Zach Allen, got Draymond Greenlaw, also Tony Lafonga from the Broncos for the 49ers, respectively, last year. They're still a very good team in the AFC West. They probably will some likely be a playoff team, you would think, knock on wood. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC, but still, man, I think the Broncos are still at least an AFC playoff contender, honestly. Not about a Super Bowl contender yet, but still. They cover number 12 on my list. I'm on number 11. I can't believe I'm saying this 2 weeks in the NFL season, number 11 on this list. So drum roll, please, though. Number 11 is the top of the AFC South, man. I can't believe that's 2 weeks in the season. The Indianapolis Colts, led by Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones. I've seen that meme all over online, man, of Indiana Jones. It's just, I love that. I kind of love that, honestly. It's just perfect. It's kind of perfect. It's Daniel Jones in Indiana. Yeah, the last name Jones got Indiana. So there you go. You might as well call him Indiana Jones, man. Just since it's a perfect place for Daniel Jones, honestly. Not because of the name in John. I kind of like this offense. You got Michael Pittman, got Jonathan Taylor in the rushing game, who's like a kind of like a mini like Saquon Barkley. Not as good as Saquon Barkley. I mean, it's necessarily Saquon Barkley's best running back in the NFL. But Jonathan Taylor's obviously up there. He's like maybe like starting to fall off a little bit. He's still like at least top 10 maybe. Definitely top 10, I think, right? They also got Michael Pittman Jr. Got a great defense in Indianapolis. They got freaking like great corners. They like Kenny Moore. You got which is Travis Ward. We got picked up in the Niners last offseason. They also got Xavier Howard, which is not what he once was at all, but still. The Colts have a legit defense, so they still, even with the pass rushers they have, it's still a great defense, and the secondary is doing better, if you ask me. Coming number 11 on my list. Now on top 10, shall we? Drum roll, please. Number 10, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. We're now 0-2 to start off in the AFC. And the bottom of the AFC West, man. It's not fucking crazy. But I love it, obviously. I'm a Chiefs avid hater on this podcast, obviously. Man, it's just fucking crazy how Travis Kelce gave up a nice little, I'm not going to say a pick six, but at least the interception brought the yards back to the 50. And the Eagles, I believe, scored a touchdown right there with the push, to say at least. I believe that was. Oh my God, man. The Chiefs are 0-2, still in the top 10. You think, like, Lucas, they're not 0-2, you have in your top 10? Well, don't get it twisted. It's still the Kansas City Chiefs. They're just in the Super Bowl last season. I ain't going to drop it off already because they're 0-2. They lost to the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl, too. And the Chargers team that was in the playoffs just last year, too. In Brazil, nonetheless. Come on, people. We got to at least give it somewhat of a break. If you hate the Chiefs, I understand that big time. I can't stand Kansas City. But still, man, you at least give credit due for somewhat. And they also got the Giants on Sunday Night Football. Oh, God, I don't want to puke. I don't think of that either. Giants and Chiefs. How fucking boring. 2 0-2 teams, another Sunday Night Football. All had a mighty fall between week 1 and week 2 for Sunday Night Football, man. Then we'll go into week 3. We'll watch that game be like Giants and Cowboys this week. Watch that be the case. Wouldn't that be something else? But that game was fucking epic. That Giants and Cowboys. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Offensive fucking masterclass by both teams. And Russell Wilson almost threw for 500 yards and still lost. You can kind of ruin the game in that last second interception, put the Cowboys already in field goal range, so Brad Aubrey's a fucking just beast at the fucking leg he has. Whatever, man. We're at the Chiefs at top 10, number 10. They ain't in the top 10 after that to say least. Number 9, get into a minute right now. Jump up, please. Number 9 is the Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, Redskins. You know me, man. I love poking it. I just can't stand the Commander name. You don't know that. I hate it. I'm trying to get used to it, but I just fucking can't. I can't, man. I really can't. Seriously, I really can't. I'm not joking with you. But still, man, Washington Redskins or Commanders, we want to name it, are still a top 10 team in the National Football League. Despite they ran into a juggernaut in the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field, nonetheless, against Micah Parsons and that fucking defense. Like, you gotta give the Commanders some sort of fucking love. Jane Daniels was running for his fucking life in that game. He was running for his fucking life away from Micah Parsons. You can't blame the man. You can't blame him at all. I don't blame him whatsoever. Oh, man. The Commanders are still a top 10 team. I don't think Jane Daniels will be like C.J. Stroud in a major sophomore slump. I don't think he'll be like that. Jane Daniels will have at least glimpses of that. No, he doesn't, honestly. I think C.J. Stroud had that last year, too, and he just didn't, live up to the rookie season he had. But Jane Daniels is still one of the best quarterbacks, honestly, in the game. He's definitely the top 10. But man, that Commanders game against the Packers, I love that defensive game from Green Bay. We're getting to that in a minute. They're obviously in the top 5, though. We're going to get to that in a minute. But the Commanders come in number 9 on my power rankings for this week, and still a very good football team. Just need to get a little bit better on defense. So, by the way, wish Austin Eckler and Demetrius Wise all the best. And also Jay and Reed for the Packers, too. Because, my God, those are fucking just awful injuries, especially Austin Eckler. Like, man, like the Redskins team that has not a great one. No, they traded Brian Robinson for whatever reasons of Niners. All because they're interested in Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I thought it was Merrill, honestly, like Sam Merrill for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it's Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, the rookie of 7th round pick. I believe he was drafted last year edition. I'm not totally sure. But apparently interested into him, and they have to be, honestly, now. They lost Eckler, and they traded Brian Robinson for no fucking reason. I don't understand it still. I know for the Niners' sake, just interest him, but still. The Commanders coming number 9 on my list, or Redskins, I still like to call them the Redskins. If you might, please, if you ask me, let me do that. Redskins number 9. They ain't top 8. They're number 8 right now. We're getting to it right now. Jumbo, please. Number 8 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won a doubleheader on Monday night against the Houston Texans. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield looking like the MVP of this season out of 2 weeks in. Oh my God. But then Cleveland gave up on this man and ultimately traded to Carolina. And then just go with Deshaun fucking Watson. It was fucking interesting in itself when it happened. They gave up all that draft capital. And fucking major else players to say at least. You never know, man. Good old NFL trades can backfire for a team or also help a team too in the long term. I believe that Watson pick may turn into, honestly, Will Anderson because the Texans traded up to get Will Anderson with the Browns. Because I believe they drafted C.J. Stroud their first round pick, I believe at least. We ain't finding but man, oh man, the freaking Buccaneers. To think the Browns gave up on him so freaking willing to go with Deshaun Watson, and that backfired him big time. And Tampa Bay is looking great as a Tom Brady replacement in Tampa Bay. And I think we won a playoff game already in his first year. It was his first year against the Eagles. Yeah, it's Monday Night Football. And that wild card game a couple years against Philly. He beat Philadelphia. And then he also went into Detroit. He almost beat the Lions. So he almost brought the team to the NFC Championship game. He almost did. But Baker Mayfield has been freaking great for the Buccaneers. I'm proud of him. He's very good at what he does, Baker Mayfield at the quarterback position. Is he the best player in Tampa Bay? No. That'd be either Mike Evans, you can say, or Lavonte David, or somebody like that. And so the Buccaneers. But still, man, Baker Mayfield, you gotta give some flowers to Baker Mayfield. He can freaking great reactivating his career and revitalizing his career after Cleveland and Carolina not work out whatsoever. So I'm proud. I'm grateful for Baker Mayfield, man. He's been freaking great in Tampa Bay. I'm very proud for him. I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan, despite not being a Green Bay Packer ever. Just because you're not a Packer doesn't mean I'm not a fan of you. But seriously, this is what I got to say about that. Like, seriously, I believe, like, who was the one player I liked that was never a Packer? He's obviously retired now. I forgot who he was. I know, I'm freaking what a fan of him then, to say at least, whatever. But Tampa Bay comes to number 8 on my power rankings. They ain't top 7 now. We'll get into it right now, starting with be back to number 7. Drum roll, please. Number 7, you got the Los Angeles Chargers. The San Diego Chargers won him. I don't freaking care, man. It's up to you. The Chargers, oh my goodness, man. 2-0. Just hope you don't do the Charger thing and blow it. But I don't know, man. The AFC West looks kind of wide open. The Chiefs are 0-2. The Chargers stand at the top of the AFC West. You get the Broncos who lost against the Colts, and the Raiders are still the Raiders. They beat the Raiders on Monday Night Football, too, in the second doubleheader. The Chargers, obviously. And what a freaking game for Justin Herbert. This man, 2 touchdown passes and no interceptions. Keenan Allen was freaking very good, as he always is, for the most part. You know, he once was, but still very good still in 2025. And that defense is going to be out Khalil Mack, I believe, because he's out with injury, as I said before I went on the air with the podcast today. For a couple weeks, I think it's 4 to 8 weeks, something like that. 4 to 8 weeks, I believe, or 6, whatever name it. So there you go. Chargers number 7 on my list, and they're looking like the best team in the AFC West. Is not even close. Better than the Broncos just a little bit, and obviously better than the Chiefs and Raiders, obviously, too. The Chargers number 7 on my power rankings. They ain't top 6, so gentlemen, please eat another Los Angeles team spoiler. Number 6, you got the other Los Angeles team playing in SoFi Stadium 2, the Los Angeles Rams, who basically got to a little bit of a slow start, but ended up picking like a big, like, freaking 180 in the second half against the Titans. I gotta be honest. Cam Ward of the Titans, man. What a fucking throw in the back where you think he took the complete like an NFL veteran would do that type of throw like that. No, a rookie Cam Ward did that throw across the back of his leg, obviously the other side of left field. He was on the right field looking to run the ball, but he threw it all the way across his feet to the left side of the field for a touchdown. That was fucking crazy, bro. Maybe Cam Ward looks like a better prospect than Caleb Williams. I don't know, man. Wait to find out. But still, the Rams are number 6 on my list. Other than that, there's not a big highlight for the Titans, though, honestly. But Cam Ward looks like a very good promise for his Titans franchise quarterback, though. We're getting to that in a minute, though. They're not on this list, though. Don't get to us. They ain't top 5 on this list, the Titans. Let's just be real. But the Rams are top 6 here. And Matthew Stafford, I believe, did he go out in this game or he came back? But I don't know, man. Puka Nacua is always Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams is always one of my favorite receivers of all time. Obviously, a Florida Packer. And the Rams are always going to be the Rams, man. They'll be the top of the NFC West. I think they'll be at least the top big to win division winners, honestly. I think you get the Niners, you get the Cardinals, like I said, on this list, too. I mean, the Seahawks is looking outside this list, too. Like, that division looks pretty good. You got the Rams, you got the Niners, even though they're out Brock Purdy and George Kittle. You got the Cardinals, who are still up at 2-2, and you also got the Seattle Seahawks, who almost blew out the Pittsburgh Steelers. But still, man. The Rams are number 6 on the list. They ain't top 5. We're going to get to it right now. Jump to number 5 for the sale list. Number 5, you got the Detroit Lions, who destroyed the Chicago Bears. 52-21. Yikes, Ben Johnson. Yikes, Caleb Williams. Yikes all around in Chicago, Illinois. Trust me, they look freaking more stupid losing that game against the Vikings, the Monday Night Football game before, obviously, last Sunday. It was past Sunday, you get the point. They look even more stupid with the J.J. McCarthy freaking, awful performance he gave on Sunday Night Football this week. Man, oh man, oh man. It is rough times in Chicago. You thought you were the off-season champs till we got Micah Parsons in Green Bay, you Chicago Bear fans. You can celebrate to a thick and through of your freaking team. You're just never going to be on top with your freaking bullshittery with this. We're off-season champs. We are so back, man. You don't know. Just because you're off-season champs, quote-unquote, doesn't mean it puts you at the top of the NFL Super Bowl contender like you freaking people think you are. Stop. You become more and more like the Cowboys each week you look at them. It's funny, the Cowboys and Bears play this week. Well, whatever, man. It's whatever. As for the Lions, though, let's just stick with the Lions, shall we? There's enough of the fuck the Bears, to say the least. Sorry, Seth Rollins, I don't fucking give a shit. But the Lions, man, what a fucking, they destroyed their former offensive coordinator's team and Ben Johnson over the Bears. The Lions look like they don't need a little bit of shove, a little bit of haters right now. It's like, oh, their coordinators are no longer there, so the Lions be like the Eagles in 2020, was it 2023? They ended up being like a falling off the face of the earth a couple weeks after the season. That was when we got bounced in the wild card by the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. But the Lions, man, I don't know. I think they're at least an exception a little bit. And obviously, there's still concerns, honestly. And now you're listening at the division. You got the Packers are looking like freaking legit Super Bowl contenders. Not me being a fan. Just look at the truth of the factor. But man, the Lions looking still really, really good. They're still really good. They just ran into a juggernaut on the Packers in week 1. I gotta be honest. And they obviously showed that in week 2 by destroying the Bears in Ford Field. I know the Lions are still a tough NFC. You got the Eagles, you got the Packers, but you got them like right after them. I think the Lions are number 3. We ain't finding with that to say. At least the Lions produce the rest of the season to say. But they're still very good, man. And by the way, the Isaac, what's his name? I forgot his last name. Sereno? Isaac something. I forgot his name, but you know about him. One-hand catches. Two catches he has in the season, one-handers. One-hand catches is 2 catches on the NFL season. That is freaking crazy. But the Lions, number 5 on my list, they're still a very great team, if you ask me, too. They ain't top 4, though. Jump up page number 4. Number 4, you got the Baltimore Ravens, who obviously destroyed the Cleveland Browns in the second half of this past season, or this past week in week 2. Ravens, still one of the best teams in the NFL. They got Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and 1-2 punch in the backfield. Still got, obviously, Zay Flowers. And the Ravens are still legit. They're still one of the best teams in the NFL. Because you got the Bills are on this list, too. The way you think of the Chiefs are still up there as well. Even though they're once were, but whatever, man. The Ravens are still a force to be reckoned with in this league. Let's look at their track record. You got Lamar Jackson. He drafted at number 32, man. 31 teams. I don't think you can make an argument for the Bills getting Josh Allen. 31 other teams passed up on Lamar Jackson. Or 30 you get the point with the Bills. But still, man. The Browns could have really had Lamar Jackson. If they want to go with Josh Allen, they could have went with Lamar Jackson, too. I mean, not a good pick. And then the Ravens just took him in their hands up 32 after aging Joe Flacco. It's interesting, man. It's kind of funny that Joe Flacco was in this game against the Browns starting quarterback against the Ravens. So kind of had that divisional round 1 year, but no, it would have been the Houston Texans had to beat their Browns, man. But it is what it is. The Ravens are still a top 4 team in this National Football League. They stay in top 3, though. We're in number 3 right now, man. Gemma, please. Number 3, you got my Green Bay fucking Packers. Oh my god, man, what a fucking performance they put on Thursday Night Football this week. On the defensive side of the ball, it looked fucking rough as hell for Jayden Daniels. I gotta give him an A+ for effort, man. Jayden Daniels was running for his life. This man couldn't do it all by himself. Deebo Samuel is the only one that showed up in this game. Terry McLaurin was honestly not for the fella anywhere to be found. I'll look up his stats right now to be confirmed with that. But I don't think Terry McLaurin was nothing special during that game. Terry McLaurin. Let's look at him right now. We hope the stats will pop up. He is 30 years old. I didn't know that, honestly. I'll have to pull up his stats. Here he is, right here. 5 catches for 48 yards, as long as 14. I know the average is for 9.6 yards per catch, obviously. But honestly, it felt like he was not a non-factor in the passing game. Only we saw Deebo Samuel look a lot better than Terry McLaurin. Especially when they had injuries to Austin Eckler, and also he got not a great backfield. All with Corey Krosky married. I want to think of him as all it is what it is. But still, the Packers, what a fucking defensive game they put up against the Redskins or the Commanders. And the offense looked even, not going to say better, but just as good, almost, if not just a little bit below against the defense. Jordan Love, you got to give credit where credit is due. I love the run he did in the first quarter. when he ran over basically one of the Redskins like defenders. I'm like, oh my god. I didn't even ever saw that for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, maybe we saw Rodgers in like his prime days, in like his 30s, or maybe like at the latest. But not like the hit that Jordan Love produced it on fucking Thursday Night Football, man. I mean, what a fucking hit when he ran that ball. I'm like, don't do that, Jordan. You could get hurt, but you're not being okay. But man, what a fucking hit he did. And now it's just a clean because he's a quarterback. He's not going to get a penalty for that unless you want to like stiff arm the face mask, whatever, man. But we still wish Jayden Reed nothing but the best too for the Packers, man. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. Probably November. He can come back maybe against the Thanksgiving with the Lions, but you find out with that. But still, man, this is a freaking really good performance on defensive side of the ball and also offense as well. Josh Jacobs, another Green Bay Packer game, another touchdown for Josh Jacobs. Always great as Josh Jacobs. The Packers are number 3 on the list. They ain't just top 2, though. We know who that is, obviously. We're going to discuss the 2 right now. Drum up, please. Number 2, you get the reigning defending Super Bowl 59 champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I know, you can be like, well, what about number 1? Like, what the fuck? Number 1, you done about that? The Super Bowl champions are number 2. Yes, they are. I said it. This proves how good number 1 team has been the way first 2 weeks in the season. This ain't a postseason rankings, people, so obviously going to the regular season. But the Eagles, man, go on to Arrowhead Stadium and defeat the Chiefs. They ain't just defeated them. I don't say they destroyed them at all. Like, it was close, sort of. But the final score was not, like, the greatest of, like blowouts, but still. It's tough to go into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. I know it's not, like, the playoffs, and the playoffs probably a different story in Arrowhead, but still. Eagles still one of the best teams in the NFL, the best team in the NFC, still coming from a Packer fan myself. But we're creeping up on you there, Philadelphia. We better watch out for us. We're coming for that throne. Number 1 seed, hopefully, and maybe beyond. But the Eagles are still number 2 on the list. They're still one of the juggernaut teams in the NFC and all NFL in general. This ain't number 1, though. You all know who number 1 is. Drum up, please. Anyways, number 1, drum up, please. Number 1, you got the Buffalo Bills. I know. Josh Allen went out with an injury. But he ended up coming back in that game with that broken nose. It just shows you how tough a man Josh Allen is. He went out in the game. I guess he came back in the game. It could have been realistic. He could have been out anyways. So the Jets were playing like shit. He could have been out anyways, man. He could have stayed out and not even make a look of a difference. That's how great James Cook was and how great the Bills' defense was. And Justin Fields looked even worse. He probably looked worse than Mitchell Trubisky in that game. He came in for the play with Josh Allen. That's how bad Justin Fields looked. He looked worse than the Bills' backup quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. I know it was only a couple plays for Mitch Trubisky, but still. I don't know, man. It's a good old classic Bears versus Bears, man. Mitchell Trubisky and Justin Fields. Wouldn't that have been something for the AFC East? Mitchell Trubisky versus Justin Fields, 2 failed Chicago Bear quarterbacks. Wouldn't have been interested, to say the least, to me. But still, the Bills are number 1 on this list, and you can't argue with that, honestly. Despite having Josh Allen go out a couple plays a little bit, he ended up coming back, like I said. They still won by 20. 30-10 was your final score. The Jets, man, after week 1, man, praise your asses for almost beating the fucking Steelers. I'm so proud of the Steelers were week 2, by the way. But man, they got us for a second. You got the Jets were a legit team in the AFC, at least the AFC East, with the maybe kind of number 2 team to the Bills. Nope, the Bills just freaking spanked the Jets, honestly. Unbelievable. That is my list, man. Number 16, Number 16 in Power Rankings this week got the Arizona Cardinals. Number 15 got the Atlanta Falcons. Number 14 is San Francisco 49ers. Number 13 is Cincinnati Bengals. Number 12, the Denver Broncos. Number 11, the Indianapolis Colts. Number 10, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 9, the Washington Commanders or Redskins, when I name them. Number 8, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 7, the Los Angeles Chargers. Number 6, the Los Angeles Rams. Number 5, the Detroit Lions. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 3, the Green Bay Packers. Number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles. And number one for this week's Power Rankings for Week 3, 2 weeks in a row, is the Buffalo Bills. That is my NFL Week 3 Power Rankings for the 2025 NFL season. Thank y'all for watching. Lucas Eon Productions on YouTube for your Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, with your NFL Week 3 Power Rankings for this week. And until next time, trust me, definitely be next time. I hope we get Bill back in the wrestling side. Thanks for being later. Probably not later tonight. It's only 7:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Syracuse, New York. Probably tomorrow. I can go back and double upload day with your Friday Night SmackDown. Will that be September 12th, 2025 review, and also Monday Night Raw as well as Sally's for September 15th of 2025 as well. Until next time, I trust you definitely be next time, everybody. Peace, love, everybody. I am out. Take care. We all big time to say the least.